All right, let's go ahead and begin the naval news segment here. Today's naval news is really cool. There is a spy mission happening right now off the coast of Ireland. That's right. A Russian spy vessel is currently in position to be wiretapping submarine cables right off the coast of Ireland. This Russian spy vessel's name is Yantar. That's Russian for amber. They have one of these in the Pacific. They have one of these on the Atlantic side. This is the Atlantic side one doing its business right now. And it does this every year or two. They go to different areas. They seem to like Ireland a lot lately for whatever reason. Who knows? So we're going to read this piece from hisutton.com. At hisutton.com. That's his website. He runs Covert Shores. And we follow each other on Twitter. He's a good guy, H.I. Sutton. He also writes for Naval News. He says Russia's secretive special survey ship Yantar raises eyebrows when she appears off Western shores. She has previously been noted conducting operations off Syria, Persian Gulf, and the Americas, and elsewhere. Now she's off the coast of Ireland, loitering in the vicinity of underwater internet cables. Yep. They're probably watching the stream right now. Hey, Russia. Russian Navy-related ship Yantar has turned up off the Atlantic coast of Ireland. An Irish Defence Forces spokesperson said that the Irish Navy is aware of the ship. The ship carries a range of deep diving submarines and sonar systems that have suspected to be operating on undersea cables before. The Yantar took up position between two undersea internet cables Tuesday morning. It's Friday at the time of this recording, so for 3 days now, she's operating in this vicinity. According to AIS Automated Identification Systems, her position collected by marinetraffic.com, the ship moved into positions between the cables around 4 a.m. local time. She's remained there for most of Wednesday. And, ladies and gentlemen, she's there right now. That's right. We have a live update coming to you of the position of the ship at the time of this recording. This is being updated in real time. We're tracking the AIS transponder of the Yantar. It's broadcasting its position as it's required to do as a marine vessel in peacetime. And this is where she is right now. It says that she's making 12 knots, so she could be repositioning herself right now. Also, the speed and course and even the position of these AISs can be spoofed. We've seen this happen recently a lot, even with some Russian vessels. But we have eyeballs on this one. We know that she is actually here right now. So that's her position off the coast of Ireland in real time, the time of this recording. She's right there. Her course is 196, so her bow is facing down to the south. Now, we have another map to show you that we're going to put alongside this of the undersea cables. So here are the undersea cables. And there's the ship. Let's zoom out a little bit. So here you can see Ireland. There's lots of cables that connect Ireland to, the UK, Iceland, and the Americas. 3 major locations right here. Let's see if we can get one to come up. So we have, I can't say these names. Okay, we have this Irish town, and this Galway. I could say Galway. Okay. But she's bouncing around between these 4 cables here. And currently she's right off the coast. She's right about here where my cursor is. So she's between these 2 cables. Now these cables aren't the exact position. This is kind of like an idea of where they're at. So the exact position of, say, this cable is highly likely where the ship is right now. It's highly likely to be running right through here. So we really think that they're, finding our cables for sure, locating their exact position, and then they could be tampering with them as well. We normally wouldn't just assume that, but we have decades of history of them doing this. I watched them do this for months when I was in the Navy. They used to do this with submarines, and they may still do it with submarines, but they also have these research vessels that have these mini subs that go down. They have tethered drones and manned submersibles that are designed to go to very deep depths that can that have equipment to manipulate these cables. Here is the dimensions of the Yantar here. She is 5,700 tons, so not that big of a ship, be honest with you. She's only 350 feet long, 17 meters abeam. She does 15 knots, can stay at sea for up to 60 days without replenishment, has a helipad and a crew of 60 people. She was commissioned into service in 2015, and she's still in service today. And that's what she's doing. These are all the other boats in the world, by the way, if you're wondering what that is. I think this is her right here, right? Cargo vessel, tanker, fishing. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this ship. We're going to shift over to Covert Shores. This is hisutton.com's personal website. I highly recommend you go to this website. This is very good information here. Let's talk about Yantar. Let's bring this up. Here we go. So here's a blown up picture of it. This hangar right here, pay attention to this. This hangar right here holds 2 submersibles, and it has a rotisserie in there where it can just rotate. The submersibles can be deployed on either the port or starboard side. I'll show you a picture of that here in just a second. Oh no, here we go. All right, so it says the Russians Navy Project 22010 mini-sub host ship, Yantar, is known for loitering near undersea cables. Yantar is operated by the Russian secretive main directive underwater research called GUGI, G-U-G-I rather, who operate the Russia's secret mission spy submarines. Yantar is actually Cyrus. It was launched in 2014, commissioned in 2015, like we said, and is a special purpose ship. And here you can see some of the special purposes. It has steerable pods that a fixed pitch propeller is mounted on. It's got port and starboard of those. It has bow thrusters. The combination of these steerable pods for propulsion and bow thrusters allow it to maintain a specific position. So even though its AIS is reporting that it's making 12 knots, it may be making turns for 12 knots and just maintaining position. That's a possibility. Yeah. So we have some tethered drones down here. Let's zoom in on these bad boys. These are work-sized drones called ROVs. This type is unknown, but it's estimated to be 1.5 meters square, called the RT-1000, and can go down to very deep depths. It's got 2 of these. One is a little bit bigger than the other one. But the really cool thing is right here. This Project 16810, this is the AS-37. They have another one, a different one of these, can be lowered from this hangar. And there you can see the kind of round rotisserie carousel that spins. Can drop these over the side. And these are manned subs. And there's no tether to the mothership. So these go down to very deep depths. And here's the other one. This is the Project 16811 Consul. This is the AS-39. This is a 3-man sub. And again, deep diving. It's got manipulating arms on the bottom so it can pick up cables, drop off, tapping devices. So this is what they're doing to the cable right now, we believe, is that they have these little mini subs out roaming the seabed, marking the location, the specific lat and long of the undersea cables, and probably placing tapping devices, only because we've seen them do it so many times in the past. Yeah, that's the Yantar. Yantar. Here's a couple pictures of it, some satellite photos. Here's a nice picture of one of the 2. This is the AS-37 Rus, it says here, 3-manned. Yeah, pretty dirty, but hey, that's because it's not in a museum yet, right? It's only dirty because they're using it. And you can see that the actual pressure hull is a perfect sphere. In these deep submersibles, almost universally, they'll be perfectly round because that's the best, most efficient shape to withstand sea pressures, to be perfectly round. And anytime they have a viewport, they will have this reinforcement right here. You see how thick the hull gets around this viewport? And notice how it's not square. It's like a cone shape. So pressure pushing on the viewport pushes it against the reinforced pressure hull here. Yep. If those viewports ever failed, this thing would flood so fast the person wouldn't even realize what happened. Yeah, pretty scary. And that's a nice picture of 2 of them together. It looks like they're on a pier or something in that picture. This is a picture of it out of the water. These are Russian mini subs. Yep. There's a picture of the hangar open. Oh, here we go. A beautiful picture of the carousel inside that hangar. Look at this rotating around. That's the little grabber arms that they grab the mini subs with. Here they are. It looks like they're getting ready to receive one of the mini subs. So they got it just above the water here. See the dude just standing there. He's waiting for the sub to come up. Then they grab it like that. Yeah. Hoist it up and, crane it into the little hangar. And that whole hangar, this whole thing rotates inside the boxy hangar that it sits in. Yeah. And there you can see it lowering it. It has this little winch cable here. Really cool stuff. So one of the things that's coming out next summer that I'm under NDA with right now refers to this vessel. There's a project in progress that I have a small role in that deals with this vessel. And I tease that every once in a while just to keep you guys appraised of it. It is going to be published next summer. And I'm part of the program. And that's all I can say about it right now. And once it comes out, we'll talk all about it. It's going to be really cool. Here's one of the some of the manned submersibles that they can take with them. This is the ARS 600. These aren't pictured up here, but I think these are like newer versions. Cranes. Okay, that's kind of cool. I wonder what's in the container there. Oh, looks like diving equipment. Look at that. Wetsuits, dry suits. There's one of the little rovers that go off the back. Look how small he is. 1.5 meters square. He looks like a little face. It's got two little lights and a little smile there. And here you can see the pods. Look at these pods right here. These things rotate. So the propeller itself, the blades are fixed at a pitch, right? But the whole pod rotates around. So they can station keep against any kind of current. Yeah. Here's some pictures coming out of looks like maybe the Baltic Sea there. It's stationed out of the Northern Fleet, if you're wondering. There's Budapest. And it was doing operations off the coast of Syria. This is back in like 2017 or 16. Yeah. Yeah. But right now, it's right off the coast of Ireland. And it was off the coast of Ireland like last year, too. It loves Ireland. Let's see what the piece... Let's go back to the piece by H.I. Sutton and see what else he says about it. He says, the Yantar is equipped with the two mini subs that can dive up to 6,000 meters. That's 20,000 feet. That's crazy deep. This is much deeper than the 100 meter, 300 foot deep waters that she's currently hovering in. Oh, yeah. So she's in shallow water off the coast of Ireland. So she can easily get down to the bottom and manipulate those cables is what he's saying. Submersibles and ROVs can be used to operate on the seabed infrastructure such as internet cables. Additionally, Yantar can use her ship support and towed sonar systems to map the sea bottom. Very cool. Other ships have recently suspected of surveying near undersea cables. On August 15th, the Times reported... Wait a second. I just want to see if this is what I think it is. Yes! You guys remember the phone call I got the other day that was live? That was these guys. Yeah. They're updating this article. And they were asking me for a quote. Anyway, for those of you that heard that phone call, that's what that phone call was about. I told them we were going live in like 3 minutes. I couldn't give him a quote. So his name's John Mooney, by the way. Did John write? Yeah, here it is. John Mooney wrote this article on the 15th. They should be doing an update to it because they were talking to me about it. Anyway, so John Mooney's another good author that you guys should read. He does work for the Times. They've quoted me before in the Times over there. A civilian vessel was suspected of surveying cables on behalf of Russia. Even if Yantar's current mission is not directly related, it's part of a bigger picture. Yeah, so this is just, they're collecting data that they're adding to the data that they already have just to keep their information up to date. Very good story. Very impressed with this. And this right here is just bonkers how, let's see if I can get back to this. Hold on one second right here. Yeah, this is what I want to show you guys. So this tool is really good for tracking ships. It's called marinetraffic.com. And then if you want to know more about a ship, you can just click on vessel details and it will tell you all about the ship, like where it's going, how long it's going to take it to get there. Like Its host port, home port, and its destination are listed here. Now, you do have to subscribe to get all that additional information, and that's up to you if you want it. So, but it tells you all about the ships and its history. Where is it going? So it's going to go back to Murmansk. It's scheduled to get back there. Oh, that's the previous mission. It docked at Murmansk in June 25th of this year, it looks like. Oh, and it's going to arrive on September 27th at 2200 local time. It's going to arrive back at Murmansk. So we even know when it's going to leave the area. It's essentially going to spend a month, maybe not off the coast of Ireland, but it's going to spend a month operating before it goes back to port. Very good website if you guys want to know more about this stuff. Now, they don't do a lot of submarines, but like cargo ships, these science vessels, these spy ships, essentially, they do all those. All right, let's go ahead and read some chat. Dilly says that was the Bosphorus Strait. Thank you. Mr. C says those stern props are called azimuthal thrusters. Thank you. That's the word for them. I'll start calling them that. The Raven Brigade says Russia wants to make free phone calls, and they want to get free Twitch streams too. Lord Lahaha says, FYI, Western Test Range, we'd get the trawlers hanging off the international waters. Yeah, we've seen the Russian trawlers hang off like the coast of Groton, Connecticut, Washington, D.C., Norfolk. Kings Bay Naval Base, very popular destination for this specific ship here. Yeah. Zerabi says, got a question about the decom of the Tychos. Okay, we're not talking about that at the moment, but we'll see what you say here. Will they be mothballed first? Yes, they're already mothballed. There's a picture of them. There's like 3 side by side with the original Ticonderoga in the middle, all mothballed. They're stripped down to their primer. So the primer is still on to protect the metal from the elements, but the paint has been removed and they look pink. It's a little ridiculous. Let's see. And have I tried command operations? Yes, I have tried it. Annie Gal says, I'm from Ireland and a few Russians popped into the pub the other day for a pint of Guinness. I don't know if you're being serious. Yeah. I mean, these guys, it is a science vessel, but it does intel collection. New follower, Mr. Poutine. Yeah. Is Mr. Poutine one of the new members? Yeah. NJP for me. Thanks for subscribing 3 months. Yeah. See, Ginger Squash says, seeing what the fleet out of San Diego is doing off Santa Burrito Island is always interesting. Yeah, we have a lot of naval ranges, and some of them are even live fire ranges out off the coast of San Diego and between San Diego and Los Angeles in that area. A lot of good naval activity out there. If you have a boat, and go out there and watch them. They may ask you to leave. All right. Yeah, so that's it for the naval news today. Just one really interesting story. If you're in Ireland, I recommend you read The Times. I think they published this in the UK as well. Piece by John Mooney. And everybody should read the naval news piece by Mr. H.I. Sutton. He does a great job outlining the ship, pointing out its, all the little things about it that make it unique, like this hangar for deep diving submersibles, bow thrusters that are actually beneath the waterline here, the helipad, large communication dish, all this stuff. Really good things. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with some more cold waters.